Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to talk about the Marvel Magic the Gathering Secret Lair Superdrop, which will release on November 4th. Yes, this is the first look at Marvel cards in Magic the Gathering. We will of course get a Universes Beyond set next year, and I think it's gonna be very big, and I personally have to admit that I'm looking forward to it. Little background before we dive into the cards and have a look at the Magic the Gathering Marvel Superdrop. That's a mouthful. I, in general, am okay with secret lairs. In the beginning, I bought a couple, especially of characters I like The Walking Dead or Street Fighter or Stranger Things. I have those secret lairs and I like them because I thought it was a unique idea. And after that, when they were milking it and all the 30th anniversary stuff was going on, I didn't buy that kind of stuff. I haven't ever since. This is actually the first secret. I was interested in the Bob Ross secret lair. I still I still am a bit mad at myself that I didn't get that one. And maybe the Evil Dead one with Ash. But as they didn't make Ash legendary, I think it was a missed opportunity. But the Marvel secret lair that we are seeing now, the cards have been revealed, and we're gonna have a look at the cards in a minute. I'm a big Marvel fan. I love Marvel since I've been a kid, as most of us probably. And it just appeals to me. So that might be the first secret lair I will buy in quite a while because I want those cards. I want to build a deck around Iron Man. I want to build a deck around Storm. I think that's the best looking one. I want to build a deck around all of them. I think they look fantastic. Who doesn't want Wolverine in their Magic the Gathering deck or build a deck around Wolverine? I remember when I was playing the versus system of Upper Deck, we had all those Marvel cards, and that game was actually quite good. They pushed hard, but they weren't succeeding, and they didn't. Yeah, they couldn't compete. They didn't win the competition. They couldn't compete with Hasbro and Magic the Gathering at the time. Still, since then, I've been missing Marvel cards, and especially cards in Magic the Gathering are very appealing to me because that's my game. And then you have the cards not in a different game, but in the actual Magic the Gathering format. That's fantastic. So, what are we looking at? We're looking at a super drop of 5 secret lairs. One of them is Black Panther. Black Panther. The second one is Captain America. Then we got Iron Man. Then we got Storm. And then we got Wolverine. The individual ones are priced at $40 a secret lair. $50 if you want to get the foil version. I'm not quite sure how the foil versions are holding up nowadays because the last one, I think, the last one I bought was Street Fighter, and the foil versions were not of best quality. We had Pringles pretty quickly. I want to start with, and yeah, if you buy all 5 of them, then you get this card, the world's mightiest emblem. I'm going to put it up on the screen. And only as long as supplies last. In general, the secret lair will sell out pretty quickly. And I think prices will shoot up right after it's sold out because people are angry or will be angry. They have missed it. What is interesting as well is that there are new to Magic the Gathering cards in there, and that is the characters themselves. So Black Panther, Wolverine, Cap, Storm, and Iron Man. And those cards are not reprints, as far as I understood. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think those are unique new cards. So that will be very interesting. And probably those cards will be back in a certain form in the set next year. Otherwise, they will get a lot of angry customers again. That was going on with the first secret lair I bought Walking Dead, people were really angry that Rick Grimes was only available there, and then they had to do the reprint. You know the story if you like Secret Lairs. So that is very interesting as well. Let's have a look at the first one, and that's Black Panther. I said Panther again. Black Panther, right? Sorry for that. I forget about it. Let's have a look at the Black Panther one. So, of course, we have Black Panther Wakandan King. I think the color combination is very cool, green and white. And I think 2/2 creature with first strike definitely fits as well. And all the other stuff that's going on, I think it's very obvious that they are still trying to print as many words onto a magic card as they can. But definitely a very cool card. And the artwork, I think, is fantastic. Then we got Secure the Wastes. And we got Bast's Blessing, an instant and an enchantment. And those look very cool as well, I think. Especially because the one has a white casting cost, the other one has a green casting cost. So it's kind of a combination. Same goes for Heroic Intervention, which only has a green casting cost. And then we got the Wakandan Skyscraper, which I think is one of the 2 lands in this Marvel Superdrop. I think Iron Man has a legendary one as well. This is not legendary, but very nice. And you get a very cool warrior token. So yeah, I think that one definitely hits the mark. The Captain America one only has 5 cards, but we have, of course, Captain America First Avenger, and the color combination for this commander probably is red, white, and blue. And yeah, I think the artwork again is fantastic. We got Captain America's 8, which is an enchantment, which could have been a creature, right? I mean, it's the Falcon on there, so why not make him like an additional creature? Probably they wanted to keep it to 1 creature for each Secret Lair drop, but yeah, that would have been a cool one to have the Falcon as a creature as well. Probably will be in the set for next year. Flawless Maneuver, very cool, of course, with the shield and the energy beams bouncing off it. Like it a lot. Falcon in the back. And then we got In the Trenches, where he's got a lot of Avengers with him. I believe that's Bucky, Namor, the Torch, and yeah, last but not least, we got Shield of War and Peace, which obviously is an artifact, and equipped creature gets +2/+2 and protection from red and white. And whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, this equipment deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand, and you gain 1 life for each card in your hand. So if the opponent, he or she has 5 cards in their hands, then they receive 5 damage. If you have 3, then you gain an additional 3 life, which is kind of nice, I have to say. Iron Man, one of my personal favorites. I got a lot of Iron Man comics. Of course, the American version. We had them in Germany as well. We even have them in Dutch here. And I obviously preferred the originals even back in the day when I was a kid. Helped me to learn English as well. So that was kind of nice. But Iron Man, not only because he's, of course, one of the fan favorites in the movies, he was one of my favorites before that even. We got Iron Man, the Titan of Innovation. And he has Flying Haste 4/4 for 5 mana and a bunch of other stuff. We got the Galvanic Blast, which is kind of cool. For 1 mana, it deals 2 damage to any target. And Metalcraft, I believe Metalcraft is if you have 3 or more artifacts in play, right? Then it deals. Oh, yeah, it says even that if you control 3 or more artifacts, it says it on the card. Then you deal 4 damage. I think that's very strong. I might be using that in my vintage deck instead of a lightning bolt, or in addition to a lightning bolt. Currently, I have like 4 chain lightnings and 4 lightning bolts in there, you might replace the chain lightnings with the galvanic blast. That might be a nice one. I like it. It's a very good card in my opinion. In general, these cards are, especially the new to Magic the Gathering cards, like the Iron Man Titan of Innovation, are legal in Commander, Legacy, and Vintage, I believe. Let's have a look before I tell you anything that is not correct. Each drop contains 1 new to Magic the Gathering card featuring a legendary creature version of one of these Marvel superheroes. Those new to Magic the Gathering cards are legal in Commander, Legacy, and Vintage. So yeah, that was correct. Other cards are legal, were already available in other formats. So the other cards are more or less reprints. For Iron Man, we also got the Commander's Plate. Why is it called Commander's Plate? Maybe I missed it in the comments, or yeah, maybe it's an already existing card and it's just different artwork. That might be the reason. We got the Soul Ring, which is very cool. Little picture of the arc reactor here. We got the Inventor's Fair legendary land that might find its way into my vintage deck as well, which consists of a lot of artifacts. The beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more artifacts, you gain 1 life. So that's a passive ability, which is very good. Then it gives you colorless mana anyways, doesn't come into play tapped, so it's already good. And if you tap 4, if you pay 4 and tap the land, and you sacrifice the Inventor's Fair, then you search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Activate only if you control 3 or more artifacts. So yeah, that is Metalcraft as well. So you can look for an artifact. Itself is not an artifact land, it's just a legendary land, but I think it's a very good one. And last but not least, we got the Treasure Token, which features the Iron Man helmet. My personal favorite, I have to say, of all these secret lairs is Storm. I like Storm a lot. Big X-Men fan as well. Have been since the beginning. Storm always has been a badass. I think she's one of the coolest X-Men characters around. Of course, next to Wolverine. But I think making an X-Men deck with her and Wolverine would be really, really cool. But if you look at Storm, Force of Nature, it's just a very cool card. Green, blue, and red. I might have even given her like instead of blue and red, maybe even instead of green, I mean maybe even black, because she can be quite aggressive sometimes, and she has a very dark past, of course. Lightning Bolt, awesome version here of the Lightning Bolt with Storm featured on it. Same goes for Storm's Will. Fantastic card, looking awesome here, looking really, really great. I really like the artwork of these. It seems that artwork pops, where I often have a problem with Modern Magic the Gathering artwork, but these, especially because they are kind of like full art, they look really cool, all of them. Ice Storm, very interesting one in my opinion. Destroy target land, alpha, beta, and unlimited ABU. I'm not sure if they reprinted it ever again after these sets. I think they might have recently, because it has been on my radar for a while, and I saw that they have a new one out, I believe. I would have to look it up, but Ice Storm, obviously very strong card. Destroy target land in green. Land destruction is very cool. I think just for that card, you should get 4 of those secret lair drops, because the Ice Storm itself is awesome. Then we got Aurora Borealis. I hope I didn't butcher that too much. Cool card as well. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors, and then draw a card, and it costs 2. So you get a card for free. And you get 2 mana of any combination of colors for free as well. Then, because after, you lose a card by playing this one, but still. I think it's pretty cool that you can add a couple of mana you need, and you replace that card you just played for it. Wolverine, the best there is. Really cool comic, by the way. You should check that out. Uh, green, red, cool combination, of course. 2/2. Double all damage Wolverine would deal. Yeah, unrivaled lethality. The beginning of each end step, if Wolverine dealt damage to another creature this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Haven't seen that ability in a while. I think Senzie Vampire, of course, has that ability. Was the first creature to have it. I think it's very cool. And you can regenerate Wolverine. Regenerate was pretty much gone for quite a while as well. Not too deep into recent Magic. It might be back. I don't know. But yeah, I more or less play for fun, buy a box here and there, and play that new set with my friends. And then for the rest, I focus on my vintage deck. Berserk, obviously, ABU card as well. Pretty cool card. You double the target creature against trample and gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is its power. At the beginning of the next end step, destroy that creature if it attacked this turn. But if you got like a really strong creature, you double its power. It goes berserk, and you hit for a lot because it has trample as well, and then the creature is dead. Rite of Passage. Nice card, X23 on there, I believe. Rhythm of the Wild, I think, has fantastic artwork. Creature spells you control can't be countered. Very nice. Non-token creatures you control have Riot. I think, yeah, making your creatures uncounterable, if that's a word, making your creatures to put an enchantment out that prevents your creatures from being countered. That was better, right? Is very strong. Wolverine, of course. You can't counter him. He just does what he wants. And then we got the Adamantium Bonding Tank, which is a legendary artifact. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on Adamantium Bonding Tank. The beginning of combat on your turn, if Adamantium Bonding Tank has counters on it, you may move all counters from it onto target creature. Sounds pretty good. The Ozolith as Adamantium Bonding Tank, which is, of course, very nice. The Ozolith was very expensive, or still is very expensive, I believe. So might be a nice reprint for people who still need this one. Folks, I think I'm going to get this one, and I think it's okay to get this one even if you're not into Secret Lairs that much. Just a big Marvel fan, and recently Wizards of the Coast hasn't disappointed me as much as it has like 2-3 years ago. So I think it's okay to get this Secret Lair. Probably it will sell out anyway, and yeah, I'm not even sure I can get it, but I will try to get a copy, maybe 2, open 1, leave 1 sealed for the shelves, not to invest, just to have it. I'd like the Storm one. I like to have 4 copies of that one because of the Ice Storm. I like to build a deck around that as well, maybe even like the Storm deck and the Ice Storm and whatever, but let's see. It's $200 for all 5 of them, and that's probably the non-foil version. So if it's $250 for all the foil ones, 5 of them, if you want to get 4 copies, that's $1,000. So yeah, for $1,000 you can get a nice unlimited dual land, and I normally prefer those in my collection than a recent Secret Lair. But I will see if I can get 1 copy at least, just to have a look at the cards and check them out. That might be nice. Awesome set. Will go quickly. I'm 100% sure of it. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna get it or if you're not into Secret Lairs. I'm very curious. And in the meanwhile, folks, stay healthy, stay frosty. I talk to you next time. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye bye.